Hey everybody, welcome back to No More, No Less. Today in the virtual studio, I'm joined by David Beckemeyer, the host of the Outrage Overload podcast. David is the former founding CTO of EarthLink, and he's a passionate advocate for understanding the impact of technology on society. With over 25 years in the tech industry, David has seen firsthand how rapid developments shape our culture and influence our connections. He's an expert in political polarization and media literacy, focusing on reducing toxic outrage and promoting civil discourse. With insights from psychology, social psychology, and communication studies, David helps listeners understand the mechanics behind outrage media and offers practical strategies for fostering unity and understanding a divided world. So, David, let's try to dismantle our outrage together today. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks, Michael. It's my pleasure to be here.
Was there an impetus that made you want to start the Outrage podcast? Because we seem to be in obviously an era of outrage from climate change to politics in every different country, etc. But was there something that happened specifically to you that you're like, I need to start talking about this more often?
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't really one sort of straw that broke the camel's back, but there was kind of a collection of things. A lot of it was just we all have these stories about how family members, disconnect, or so and so is not invited to Thanksgiving anymore, and this kind of stuff. And
Right.
you see people blocking and breaking friendships online and canceling people, quote unquote, and that kind of thing. So there was a lot of that going on. One of those factors was my son got off social media, and and he's millennial, and he was pretty active, and I sort of said, hey, what's that about, right? And so he told me how he was getting in these kind of online battles, and to the point where
Hmm.
it wasn't even about the topic anymore, just sort of about winning the battle. and um,
Right.
and he found himself doing that, and he just felt it wasn't healthy, so he pulled himself off social media. So that was an interesting kind of catalyst, along with all these other sort of things going on in my periphery and in my own personal life. And I was a guy out there getting in Twitter fights too, right? So and I sort of said, okay, so what's going on here? I mean, we're losing friendships, or everybody's got a story like that. Kind of what's going on? And then I realized there was a lot of folks smarter than me looking at this and kind of realizing it's a big problem. And I thought, well, a podcast is a good platform because you can go a little deeper than a sort of 5 minute clip on TV. And for the most part, TV and other news isn't covering this that much. So anyway, we can go a lot deeper, and I can really go. And I'm kind of a science nerd and a curiosity geek anyway. So I thought this was a great way. I can kind of take listeners on this journey. I'm going to go study this problem a little bit in a way where you don't have to be an academic. It's not going to be just two academics, plodding on about it, but we'll actually go talk to these researchers and practitioners and others kind of looking at this space and kind of learn from it. And we'll go on this journey together to go try to understand this phenomenon and maybe figure out some things we can do about it.